You're welcome back. Now, the Ghana school feeding program is arguably one of the most important social interventions by government to help boost enrollment in public basic schools. The program, which was initiated by government to boost the needs of basic school children, is merely limping along as the release of funds for the smooth running of the program is not forthcoming. Listen to the Public Relations Officer for the Ghana National School Feeding Caterers Association, Carolina Ewusi, who has been speaking at a conference.
We want it to be increased to 3 cities. The 1 city given to us with a 3 pesewas deduction, which amounts to 97 pesewas, is not enough to prepare food for the children. We are pleading to government for an increase to 3 cities.
Right, we're going to get someone to speak to us on this all-important issue of the school feeding program. But of course, it becomes one of the biggest pillars, not just for basic education, but for government's flagship initiative, Free SHS. The school feeding program is meant to bolster enrollment and ensure that those who travel from remote areas do not have to worry about feeding as an expense as they enjoy free basic education. A public relations officer for the Ghana School Feeding Program, Siba Alpha, joins me now on the phone to help us understand what the problems are. Siba Alpha, thank you for your time. Your caterers are raising concerns. They say that funds are not flowing, and so the whole program is limping. What do you say to that?
Well, thank you very much. We have somehow a contrary view to that because if you recall, just 2 weeks ago, we did make some disbursements to the caterers to offset the first term of 2020-2021 academic year, which was supposed to be 67 days. So that one went for 40 regions out of the 60 regions. So there are 2 regions that are yet to receive their payment. That's Western North and Western regions. And even that one, as I speak to you, we are working to also make the payment. So the only areas we are left with for now is the second term of the same academic year that I said. And then the ones that I made mention of, the first term, we also have some isolated cases of payment issues. That one have to do with errors on the data for some caterers who have submitted wrong e-switch numbers because we transmit the money electronically on their e-switch cards. And so when we're collecting the data, we realized that some of the caterers submitted wrong e-switch numbers. So there was a mismatch between the names of the caterers and then the names of the name on the e-switch card. And then some also apparently were using the defunct bank's e-switch numbers. And so we thought that if you transmit the money, the money will stuck there. Nobody will go and claim it. And so we thought we should work on it and then pay them. So that's where we are now. We are working on it. We have even finished working on it. I'm sure by next week they should be able to receive their money, including the Western and Western North regions. So that's where we are now on the payment.
Well, it sounds like you're actually confirming what has been said. There are indeed arrears from what you're telling us.
Yes. Incidentally, we are always in arrears because it's a free financing program.
Yes. So
Yes,
how have these arrears affected the delivery of the program?
So the caterers are supposed to pre-finance at least for a term or more. So let's say 2 terms. And so by all means, we are always going to be in arrears.
So the caterers have agreed with you, signed agreements with you that they will pre-finance for 2 terms before government pays them?
Yes, at least for 2 yes. They are aware of them.
So at the moment, how have these arrears affected the delivery of the school feeding program?
Well, in a way, because we know already at any rate we are going to be in arrears. So we have prepared our minds that every now and then we'll be in arrears. But that doesn't mean that we should delay in the disbursement. And so that's why we always tell the kids that they shouldn't use the arrears as pretext to offer maybe substandard meals to the children. And so far, I think they have been doing well. They are doing their best to give them the quality food that we want them to give them. And so it in a way, we will not say it does not affect the program entirely. But as you know, a sharp intervention of this magnitude, definitely there will be some little challenges here and there. And so we have that challenge. That is the frequency of the payment, the way we would have wanted it to go regularly to the caterers. That one doesn't happen as we would have wished.
So, Mr. Alpha, what I'm asking you is that how has it affected the delivery? Do you have schools where the delivery has slowed down? Do you have schools where the quality has reduced? Do you have schools where the children are not getting the food? Do you have these instances occurring across the country?
No, generally, what we have is some places, when we go on monitoring, sometimes we see that the caterers are not giving some few, let me say, not very few places. You see that you have to tell the caterers to up their games in terms of the delivery, the quality of the food. But generally, some also complain that because they don't have money, they are not able to cook. But we tell them that before you take the contract, you should know that you are going to pre-finance. And this is not the reflection of the program entirely, but most of them, generally, they are doing their best.
So the head of the association, who says that the delays have affected their work, are you saying that she's making it up, Madam Carolina, who says that their work has been affected by these delays?
No, I did concede, but tell you that in some places when you go, you see that the meals the caterers give to the peoples, the beneficial peoples, it's not up to scratch. I think I mentioned that. And so these are some of the challenges we get as a result of these delays in the payments. But I'm saying that generally, that's not a reflection of the entire school feeding program. Generally, most of them are doing their best. It's not everywhere that you go and see this situation.
Okay, so it sounds like you are suggesting these are just isolated incidents.
Yes.
So let's hear from the lady herself, Madam Carolina Ewusi, who is the head of the National School Feeding Caterers Association. Let's hear what she actually said.
We wish to encourage our hard-working honorable minister to put in a lot more effort to make sure that the second term payment is paid, and most importantly, to increase from 1 cedi to 1 cedi 50 pesos instituted. We the Caterers Association are very much concerned about the welfare of our members. Thus, the said payment will go a long way to help the caterers.
Okay, so those are her concerns. It doesn't sound like she's describing isolated incidents, does it?
No, I don't think she also said the whole program is going through that situation. From what I heard her say.
She's calling on the authorities to address a dire situation, and she's talking about how these delays are causing the members of her association to be unable to live up to their side of the deal. So that is not isolated incidents she's describing, is it?
And she did also say the whole country is suffering as a result of that.
Neither did I. But I'm saying it's not isolated, is it?
I did tell you that, yes, we would have wished that the remittances come as early as possible to be able to pay the caterers. That is an issue that we are, discussing with the government to see how best we can get the remittances released in time so that the caterers will be able to go and procure the food items and feed the children. That one has been going on. And some of these caterers, they have been working with us for years, 5 years, 4 years, 3 years. So they know the processes of payment. And then we also appreciate their concern. That's why we have assured them that we are working together as partners to be able to resolve the issue. So they understand us very well.
Okay. So what is government saying? What is government's explanation for the delays?
So normally, we will normally apply to the Ministry of Finance through the Ministry of Gender, our supervising ministry, for the release of the feeding grant. And you know how things are. There are competing situations. And so that's why we tell them that we pay as and when funds are available. And that's exactly what we have been doing. We apply as early as possible so that we are able to get the funds and pay.
Right.
But sometimes we encounter these delays. Then when the money is delayed, we send the delays to tell them that, we would have wished to pay them this date, but because of the delays, they should bear with us. We are working to resolve the issue. And so they understand how things work with us.
Right. Now, they are also calling for an increase of 50 pesos. Will that be doable?
Well, on our part, we did submit a proposal to government through the Ministry of Gender for the consideration of upward adjustment for the feeding grant. And so we are waiting for the feedback. We have been given positive signals that the government is considering the proposal. And very soon we will get the feedback, which I think will be satisfactory to all of us.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Siba Alpha, Public Relations Officer for the Ghana School Feeding Program.